The Lightning Storm Druid is an extremely powerful build in Season 3 in Diablo 4. Thanks to our new gloves, the Werewolf Lightning Storm Druid is an absolute wrecking machine. You can clear whole screens of monsters in seconds. Thanks to your werewolf abilities and T-Ball's will, you won't have any problems with your resource generation. If you like to kill Uber Duriel in seconds, deleting entire screens in a T100 Vault, then this build is for you. Thanks to Shepard's Aspect and our companions, our damage of our Lightning Storm will scale even higher. Unfortunately, you can start this build only if you have acquired Tempest, which drops from Duriel. You can start and push into the Gauntlet, which will be introduced later in the Season 3 with the Werewolf Lightning Storm Druid, as it will be a powerful contender for the leaderboards. Hey guys, what's up? Angrentv with another Diablo 4 Druid build guide, and today I want to showcase you my Druid Lightning Storm Werewolf guide. So this is another version from the human one, and it is more popular. What do you need for this build? You will need Tempest and most likely T-Ball's Will, so it feels good. If you don't have Tempest yet, you can check out one of my other guides that you can also play without Tempest, and they are also good. And if you don't have T-Ball's Will, just use a basic skill to generate your resource back. We're gonna use Lightning Storm, and we're gonna hold Lightning Storm down till we get the max size, and after that we just constantly press Lightning Storm to reset our other bulwark, and it is also with an attack speed of 50% faster than if you would hold it down. This will trigger our other bulwark, and we never will get out of our spirit and even on our single target. That's really nice. And for the single target, just take quick resource, and if you will go for group content, just take efficiency in your Senechal Construct. And as I said moments ago, I'll reset Earthen Bulwark through my symbiotic aspect, and we will reset 5 seconds of our cooldown of our nature magic skills if our nature's fury gonna proc, and this is the reason why Earthen Bulwark is always up. And also when we are unstoppable, we also get up to 40% more damage, and we're also getting 50 primary resource. So this is the reason for our huge resource gains and why we have no resource problems at all. And for the Poison Reaper, just press it if the enemy comes close to us. For Petrifier, hold this on cooldown, so we get another nice crit damage multiplier. For Ravens, you can cast them on the boss, so you will have another 8% crit chance, and the wolves just take them on your hotbar. And why do we have all the companions? It is because of Shepard's Aspect. You will get 20% more core skill damage for every companion we have. Onto our gear. I got the Tempest in the helmet. As I said previously, it is mandatory. You need this, otherwise you can't play this build. For the chest, I got the Juggernaut's Aspect, and you have 2 options now here. Either you go for the Juggernaut aspect, then you will get huge chunks of armor. The chest alone gives you around 10,000 of armor, so you will be kept with your armor alone. But if you want to go faster with the Ghostwalker's aspect, so you will always get 25% movement speed if you are unstoppable, then you have to go with total armor while in werewolf form and total armor while in werewolf form on your amulet. You're faster, but keep in mind there can be times where you are not in the werewolf form because you are casting other bulwark or casting Petrify or casting Ravens, and then the enemies can hit you really hard because you don't have the armor, and then you can randomly die in a high nightmare dungeon. My favorite version is with the Juggernaut's aspect. For the gloves, go for the Unsung Aesthetic Wraps. They're really big. They will mostly double our damage, but they're not mandatory. If you don't have them, just take legendary gloves. And if you want to farm them, farm the Beast and Ice. You will get Distal Fear from completing nightmare dungeons. And for our pants, we got a T-Ball's Will. They're also mandatory for this type of version, otherwise you will need the basic skill, and this will give us huge resource back and huge damage multiplier. For our boots, as I said, take either the symbiotic aspect or the Ghostwalker's aspect. For our affixes, go for movement speed, resistance if you need them to cap them out, otherwise willpower and another nice stat. So for our weapon, we got a stuff you want to go with X for damage while healthy, and also you gonna take the Shepherd's Aspect in here, so we'll get 20% damage for each active companion, and this will boost up to 180%. For all companions, don't go with one hand and offhand here, you will lose huge chunks of damage. Also for your stats, go with all stats and willpower. This will boost your Paragon Board tremendously and your stats in general, and also go for damage to close and damage to distant enemies. And why you should go for damage to close and distant enemies is because of your Thunderstruck node. This will boost your damage tremendously if you scale your damage to distant and damage to close modifiers. For Amulet, go for the Lightning Dancer spec. So you will spawn 3 dancing balls after you critically strike with your Lightning Storm, and they will get enhanced by around 500% of our electrocution cliff. So it is really nice and really powerful. For your affixes, go for Wings of Envenom passive, movement speed, willpower, and another nice 4th choice. And if you went for the Ghost Walkers, just go for total armor in general and total armor while in werewolf form. For rings, go for the aspect of the Stampede, so we get 3 additional companions and 6% more core skill damage. And also don't take the Direwolf's aspect. I tried the Crystal version, but the problem is it is still bugged. It still won't show on your hotbar, so it is really bad. And just take the aspect of retaliation instead. You will get huge chunks of 45 core skill damage. For the affixes, go for critical strike chance, damage to close enemies, damage to distant enemies, and also either lucky chance, or if you feel you're really squishy, then go for maximum life. For gems, we got the ruby in our armor pieces, the amethyst for our weapon, and for your necklace and your rings, go whatever you need to max out your resistance. For spirit boons, we got the wariness for more damage reduce against elites, and for the next one we got our spirit bonding with Scythe talents for more critical strike chance, and also even wrath for more critical strike damage. And you also can go for iron feather instead of Scythe talents if you gonna need more life. For our wolf, we got 1 point into Energize if you feel you don't need it because you have enough resource gains. Go for bolster. And for the snake, and here we got 3 options: either overload for more lightning damage, or masochistic if you still need a defensive, or calm before the storm so you can reset your petrify cooldown. And for our skill tree, we went for claw just so we can get onto our next category. We got the 5 points into Lightning Storm, as also 1 point into Raging Lightning Storm for an additional Lightning Strike. We didn't take Wild Impulse because currently it is bugged and it is only additive damage. And we also got the Predatory Instinct for more critical strike chance, and also the movement speed while we're in werewolf form. And for our defensive skills, go for 1 point into Earthen Bulwark, as also 1 point into Preserving Earthen Bulwark, so we get nice 45 back, and also we are constantly unstoppable through Earthen Bulwark. Go for 1 point into Ancestor Fortitude, we're gonna have enough resistance, so we only need 1 point in it, and 3 point into Vigilance, we have 15% additional damage reduction. For your companion skills, just go for 1 point into Wolves and 1 point into Poison Reaper, you'll get the Shepherd's aspect damage, and also go for 1 point into Ravens, as also 1 point into Brutal Ravens, so we'll get 2 additional Ravens for 40% more core skill damage. And also take 3 points into Nature's Reach. This will boost your Thunderstruck node even more. For your Wrath skills, take the combi of Neurotoxin, Toxic Claw, so we'll always poison our enemies with a crit, and 3 points into Envenom, so we'll get huge chunks of critical strike damage. And also go for 1 point into Elemental Exposure, as also 1 point into Charged Atmosphere, as also Bad Omen. With Bad Omen, you can trigger your Dancing Bolts, as this will be enhanced by our Electrocution Cliff, and also 3 points into Electric Shock will get another nice additional damage. And on our ultimate skills, go for Petrify, as also the cliffs for it, and also go for 3 points into Defiance, 1 point in Circle of Life for another nice life gain back, and also 3 points into Resonance. This bonus is mostly triple because of our Nature's Fury. And also go for 1 point to Quick Shift, as also 3 point into Highland Senses, and 2 point into Natural Fortitude. Because we're constantly switching our shape-shifting forms with our skills, we'll always benefit from this bonus. And for the last, Nature's Fury for our ultimate. For Paragon Board, this is mostly the same like my human Lightning Storm. So for the first Paragon Board, go with the right route and go for the Electrocution Cliff, and also for the second board, go for the Constricting Tendrils, and also for the Fulminate Cliff for more lightning damage. For the third board, go for the Thunderstruck node and also the Territorial node. I will also put the Paragon Board into my Charbonner so you can check the whole Paragon Board out. And for the next board, I got the Inner Beast With the Werewolf Glyph, you will get this boost if you have this glyph on level 15. And for the second last spot, take the Ancestral Guidance with your Keeper Glyph for more nice multiplicative damage, and for your last Paragon Board, take the Lust for Carnage. This is our main resource of huge resource gains, and also the Spirit Glyph for more critical strike damage. And for our Senechal Construct, take Tempest for your offensive skill, breaking so you will always vulnerable your enemies, arcing support so the breaking will jump to every enemy, and efficiency so they will always get the critical strike chance bonus. If you don't have enough, also for our utility skill, go for Flash of Adrenaline, Safeguard support so we'll get more damage reduction, duration support for more duration of Flash of Adrenaline, and tactical support for more cooldown reduction. If you have the unique zones, go for Genesis instead of Safeguard, and Evernight instead of Arc. So I hope I could show you a really nice build. This was my Werewolf form for the Lightning Storm, and it is really capable of doing every single corner in the game, and it will also be really good in the upcoming Gauntlet. So if you have any further questions, just ask them below, or just write what you gonna play for the Gauntlet. And if you like this video, please leave a like and a subscribe. It would boost my channel tremendously. Until the next video, bye.